Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, this is not going to be the video that I posted about in the community tab. I'm still making that video, but this one is kind of inspired by, sorry about my voice there, inspired by some of my recent downloads, and they're honestly so beautiful. I just feel so moved by everything. I don't know, but I really want to share this one with you guys. So I've been learning a lot about time and the way we move through time, and the thing that I just realized lately, a lot of people always say how you now, like the person you are now, could have been the person that you needed to comfort you when you were younger. It's like the type of person you would have needed when you were little. I don't know if you guys have heard that saying before, but I find this so crazy but so amazing, is the fact that it was you that was there for you. So all those times when you've gone through something where you've been super upset or you didn't know what to do and you were dealing with it by yourself, at some point in time, you felt better, or you started to get better, or you got through it. No matter what, there was always a way that you got through it. There was always somehow that you had a thought that things would get better, or someone in your head telling you, you're gonna get through this, or it's gonna work out. Even if no one outside of you said these things to you, it's like within yourself, you knew somehow you were gonna get through this in some way. And you always kind of figured out the next step somehow. And the reason this is because it was you. If you are looking back on your memories now, you often look back with fondness, with lovingness towards yourself, thinking, I wish I was kinder to myself, or I looked good back then. I don't know why I was so mean to myself, or I don't know why I got so stressed out about that, because it was all going to work out. And now you look back on yourself with love. Like, you look back at your childhood memories and things you went through, and you feel for yourself. And it's because you are the one that's guiding you through this whole process. I've talked about something similar in another video where I said your future self is speaking through you. And that's really the truth, because there is no concept of time. So you right now looking back on your memories is like the same thing as you being in that moment and having someone tell you that it's going to be okay, or that it's going to work out in your head. The thoughts that you were thinking, like the thoughts that help you move forward, or that feeling that you had that helped you carry on, or the next day when you started to feel a little bit better, it's because there was a future version of you that knew that you were going to be better, that knew that you were going to make it through this, and that was encouraging you to keep going. There was a reason, because you are always looking out for you. You've always been looking out for you, whether you knew it or not. So in this moment, when you're going through things and you have thoughts, some good, some bad, when you have good thoughts that are encouraging you to keep going, that are positive, or you have a feeling, or you get through hardship, because we always do, right? Like, there's always a way through things. We always end up getting over things somehow, some way. In this moment right now, when that's happening, recognize that it's your future self loving you from a distance, telling you to keep going, to encouraging you to keep going on, because they already know that you made it, that you did the thing that you want to do. So love yourself now like you would years from now when you're looking back on a memory of yourself. You always got through everything, right? Like, you always get through, you always make it through. Things always end up working out eventually. And if you start trusting that feeling even more, you start trusting that love even more, those big ideas that you have even more, then even better things start happening. So you also realize that your future self as well doesn't judge yourself. Like, when you look back on your past self, you're not as judgmental as you were in that moment, right? Like, if you had been a certain weight back then, you look at yourself and you think, oh my god, I'm gained so much weight or something. But then now when you look back, you just look at yourself with love. Or you think back then, you were made fun of for being a weird kid or something, and you judged yourself for that. But then now you look back and you think, oh no, I was just a goofy kid having fun, right? So look back on this moment right now and realize that you don't need to judge yourself in this moment, because your future self does not judge you, and it loves you. And that's the one who's guiding you, and that's the one creating all the thoughts in your head about the things that you can accomplish, because it knows that you are fully capable of it and you've already accomplished them. So the judgment that you're facing now that's coming up in you, let it go. Like whatever things that you were judging yourself for, let it go as if you are your future self, because the way to become your future self, to become one with them, is to let go of the judgment that you have on yourself now. It's to be like them. They would not judge you right now. They would love you for who you are right now, because they know, regardless, somehow, that you made it to where they are, if that makes sense. So whatever thoughts that you have guiding you towards something in the future, something that you feel pulled towards, trust in that, because it is you that's guiding you. It's you that's comforting you. So you're never alone, because your higher self is really just like the older version of you. And the judgmental self is like the little kid version of you that doesn't get it, that doesn't understand yet, that doesn't see the bigger picture. Because in the moment, you won't see the picture. It won't make sense. What you're going through won't fit into things because the puzzle isn't complete. You know, like the pieces haven't been fully put together yet, but your future self, your higher self already knows how it works out. So trust that one. Don't trust the child that doesn't know anything, that keeps trying to tear you down because it believes certain things about you that are not true. Because the more you feed energy to the one that you do want, the one that you do want to go towards, the more you'll go in that direction. Like, don't feed the annoying little child, because they only get stronger when you do that. You need to start looking towards the future version of you, because that's where you want to go. Look in the direction of where you want to go. There's a song, I think it's by Brianna, where it says, turn your back towards the sun and the shadows will fall behind you. That's exactly what it means. All that judgment is not applicable, because what happens is most of the time we forget a lot of things we've been judging ourselves for in the first place. Once we get through something, we're like, oh yeah, that I didn't actually need to freak out so much over that, right? Or I wasn't actually that bad back then, or this wasn't actually that the way that I saw it back then. Oh my gosh. A thing just came up on my phone. It says, a year from now, it won't even matter. Try not to stress over the little things. Exactly. Trust me, based on the next video I'm going to share about energy and the way that things work, you want to be putting your energy into the version of you that is non-judgmental and loving. And that means loving yourself through every time that you cry, every time that you have things come up in you. Be kind to yourself. Really what this means is having your higher self love the child version of you. Because that's what's happening right now. You have the child version of you that's coming up in you, freaking out about things, you know, crying about things and all this stuff. It needs guidance from a parent, basically, and that's you in the future. So you have your child self and your future self. So listen to your future self, because that's the one that's going to take you where you want to go. And the child self may throw tantrums and it may freak out over things that it doesn't want to do, or it doesn't think are good that you're doing, and your future self will tell you that you don't need to judge yourself, that it will accept you for who you are. Think of your future self as someone who loves you unconditionally, like a parent. Even if you didn't have a parent that was like this, think of it this way. Think of someone who loves you unconditionally through anything, who doesn't judge you no matter what. Like, no matter what you do, they would always love you. Like, literally, you could do anything and they would still love you. That is the type of energy that you should have towards yourself, and you should work towards. Obviously, it's not something that might happen overnight, but it's just little by little, letting yourself cry, letting yourself feel things, and not judging yourself for it. And also, any memories that you're holding onto that you still hold judgment over, let those go as well, because they are only dragging you backwards in the direction you don't want to go. You only want to go forwards, which means letting go of the things holding you back. Like in my other example, in my other video where I showed the rope and I showed it, you could pull on both ends of the rope. Well, you got to let go of one end of the rope if you want to go forward. Like, if someone keeps dragging you backwards, you're never going to go forward like you want to. So to go forward, you need to let go of the things that are pulling you backwards. And really all that means is let go of judgment. Once you let go of judgment, there's nothing else. Because there could be things that you consider negative, but if you let go of them, as in you just let them happen, or you just let it go from the past. Like if it was something they were blaming yourself for, you just accept it. You accept that happened and that you can't change it now, and that's fine, and that's totally okay that it happened. Then you will move forward. If you accept in this moment that you're upset and that you don't like how things are going and you want to cry and you want to lay on the couch all day and be upset about it, accept that. That's fine. Because you're loved unconditionally. It doesn't matter. Okay? And most of the time, if you are laying around a lot, if you are feeling stuck in a way, is because you're being shown something. You're being shown to love yourself or let go of something. And once you do that, once you accept your current situation and stop blaming yourself for it, then you'll be able to move forward. You'll start to feel better. Okay? And as I'm doing this, it's so funny. As I'm talking in this video, I just looked up at my bag in front of me and it says go high. As in raise your vibration by letting go of all the baggage that's striking you down. Okay. Anyways, I hope this is helpful to someone. Let me know and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye.